and we agreed that to make people take action, they already understand climate change, but if you want to make them take action, you have to make them feel climate change. You have to speak to their heart. And that's why we thought of how to make them feel climate change is to make them feel the danger, make them feel what other people are feeling on the other side of the planet. So we are connecting like heart, like what you feel, with the need of the earth, and art as a means to convey emotions. So we had this idea that you only need a heart to become an activist or to become an artist and to act for climate change. What we want to do is connect people together, like to get inspired and to create action. So the only thing that you have to do, if you have something to share, you can just take a video or take a picture or record yourself singing something, or just take a picture of what is going on in your country or in your island, and you upload it on the application where other people from all over the world can see it. So we designed it like Tinder, the application. I guess a lot of you know Tinder. I know you know it.
This is about creating empathy, and it's about getting to audiences that aren't the usual suspects. And we were talking about stories and sharing stories, and Nigel started telling us a story about a creation myth to do with his island, and that really kind of inspired us. So we then also linked that with geocaching, which is about anybody can download the app for geocaching, and you'll find that all around here, all around lots of places in the world, there are hidden treasures to be found. So you get the app and you go and find the treasure. So what we thought was the idea of a story in a bottle. The bottle idea being that a story from somewhere threatened, like the Solomon Islands, put in the water, but actually this bottle will be hidden in one of the geocaches. So anybody who's geocaching will come across the story in a bottle, and there's various ways it can actually be written in the bottle or a link or something like that. And yeah, that was the starting point.
This idea of being able to bring stories from around the world, which are often threatened by climate change, but and to bring them to other places and share them and make sure they're both saved. But also it's something we have in common. It's something everyone has stories that you want to tell your grandchildren, your children, that you want to save for the future. So it's also a way in which we can empathize by sharing stories back and forth. So we got excited about the idea of using this kind of treasure hunt game to get those stories out to a public that maybe wouldn't come to something that said climate change, but maybe they would get excited about playing a game in which you could find stories from people around the world. So the kind of concept that we came up with was we would want to find community point people in places around the world with stories to share, and gather those stories on a website platform. And we didn't get so far as to develop a way to do this through the phone, but that was also important to us, to be able to reach people without computers, so that's something to develop. Also, grandparents and parents and teachers from countries in the north would also be able to submit their stories. So once you submit a story, you receive a code to unlock a story on the website. And so these are some of the stories that you can see have been unlocked. This is our kind of concept of the website. And you could also find a story, not by submitting, but by playing this game that already exists called geocaching, in which physical stories would be hidden, and you would also find a code and be able to unlock a story on the website. And once the story is unlocked, you'd be able to connect with the storyteller, and maybe you can get some.
Good evening, everyone. So, not only is climate sexy, as we hope to make it, but our future is really hot. And we kind of took that literally. Our project, and I'm very pleased to introduce a project that's a little provocative, but I think has some good effects too. The project is called Our Hot Future, and our motto phrase is, would you have sex with a climate refugee? Just a short introduction to let you know that we thought a lot about empathy and empathy between South and North, and what's the most empathetic thing to do, and we thought that was sex, right? And I think we also kind of framing our idea in an art and campaign movement that you can see in a movie I've talked about yesterday, but we can